Namaste everyone. Now I am here with another video of the NCERT solution. We have completed the question number 1 to 10. Now in this video I will discuss the question 11 to question number 14 of the NCERT chapter work energy power. I hope you all are enjoying the chapter and solving the question. आपको यदि help इससे मिल रहा है then we continue. Let's see the question number 11. What is the work done by the force of gravity on a satellite moving around the earth? Justify your answer. The satellite take the circular path when it move around the earth. जब अर्थ के चारों तरफ ये मूव कर रही होगी then it will take the circular path. Similarly, when an object move on the circular path, this is the same condition as the satellite moving around the earth. Let's see. This is the circular path, and in the center of this circular path earth is here, and a satellite is moving around the earth in a circular path. Then you have to find the what is the work done, and you have to justify your answer. Let's see, at any instant position, what should the direction of displacement? At any instant, the direction of displacement should be the tangent at that point. उस point पे जो tangent होगा उसी direction में displacement और velocity होगा. And as we know, object is moving on a circular path due to a center-seeking force. At this point, the center-seeking force is provided by the Earth's gravitation. So the direction of force will be toward the center. So this is the direction of force toward the center applied by the Earth, and this is the direction of displacement happening at any instant in the object. So here you can see the angle between force and displacement is 90 degree. Angle between force and displacement is 90 degree. So when you calculate the work done, W equal F S cos theta, then you can say F into S into cos 90 degree. Cos 90 degree and cos 90 degree will be what? 0. So this value will be 0. So here the total work done will be 0. Right? You can give this justification for writing the answer work done will be 0. Because here the angle between force and displacement is 0. So net work done will be 0. Let's come to the next question. Question number 12. Can there be displacement of an object in the absence of any force acting on it? Think, discuss this question with your friend and teacher. You can discuss with your friend and teacher also, but here we are trying to find the answer. Question क्या है? Can there be displacement of an object in the absence of any force acting on it? क्या किसी ऑब्जेक्ट पे कोई फोर्स नहीं लग रहा हो तो उस कंडीशन में क्या इसमें कोई डिस्प्लेसमेंट हो सकता है? सो आवर आंसर विल बी यस. इट इज पॉसिबल दैट ऑब्जेक्ट कैन डिस्प्लेस without any application of force. Let's see how it is possible. We can explain it by two ways. First, let's see, if force is acting on any object, then F equal ma. This force can be defined as the product of mass into acceleration. As we know, if the force is 0, then this product should be 0. Can the mass 0? In this condition, the product of mass and acceleration, can mass be 0? No, mass can never be 0. So, making this value 0, acceleration should be 0. Then only the LHS become RHS, means the force जो 0 है उसको मास इंटू एक्सेलरेशन के प्रोडक्ट के फॉर्म में जब एक्सप्लेन करेंगे तो मास तो कभी 0 नहीं हो सकता है. एक्सेलरेशन के 0 के होने की वजह से ये 0 हो जाएगा. एंड एक्सेलरेशन कैन बी 0 when object is moving with uniform motion. जब ऑब्जेक्ट यूनिफॉर्म मोशन में मूव कर रहा हो या किसी कांस्टेंट वेलोसिटी के साथ मूव कर रहा हो, इन दैट कंडीशन द टोटल फोर्स because the acceleration is 0. So there is no acceleration, but still object get displaced. This is the first condition. Second condition, let's see, there is a frictionless surface. There is no friction on the surface and a ball is rolling. And when you hit the ball one at a start, then continuously the ball will roll. एक बार आपने फोर्स लगा दिया तो अब ये इस सरफेस पे कंटिन्यूअस मूव करता रहा होगा. एंड इन दिस कंडीशन देयर नो एनी फोर्स विल बी एक्टिंग ऑन द ऑब्जेक्ट when the surface is frictionless. In this condition, the object is moving without any force, and when object is moving, then definitely displacement will be happen. So answer will be yes. Next question is question number 13. A person hold a bundle of hay over his head for 30 minutes and get tired. Has he done some work or not? Justify your answer. इसको ऐसे समझते हैं कि कोई एक पर्सन है, उसने अपने सर पे कोई भी एक लोड अपने सर पे रखा है मीन्स जो खेत में काम करने वाले होते हैं अपने सर पे जो बोझ रखते हैं, उस तरीके का ये कंडीशन है. अ पर्सन, इसने अपने सर पे एक बोझ रखा है और 30 मिनट तक इसने अपने सर पे बोझ को रख के रखा है. इसमें आपको आंसर क्या करना है, हैज़ ही डन सम वर्क और नॉट. आपको ये बताना है कि पर्सन ने कोई वर्क किया है या नहीं किया है. लेट्स सी, वर्क इज ओनली सेड टू बी डन व्हेन अ फोर्स इज एक्टिंग ऑन द बॉडी एंड अ डिस्प्लेसमेंट शुड बी हैपन इन द बॉडी. जब बॉडी पे एक फोर्स लग रही हो और फोर्स के साथ डिस्प्लेसमेंट हो रहा हो, ये दोनों चीज चाहिए. डिस्प्लेसमेंट मे बी इन द सेम डायरेक्शन ऑफ द फोर्स और मे बी इन एनी डिफरेंट डायरेक्शन ऑफ फोर्स, देन ओनली इट इज सेड दैट वर्क हैज डन. हियर द फोर्स इज एक्टिंग ऑन द ऑब्जेक्ट. ऑब्जेक्ट पे एक फोर्स तो लग रहा है इन द डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन ड्यू टू इट्स वेट. लेट्स सपोज इफ द मास ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट इज m, then the weight of the object will be mg. This will be the weight of the object, and equal to the weight a force is acting in the downward direction on the object. But is object is displacing somewhere? क्या ऑब्जेक्ट इस कंडीशन में इस सरफेस पे से कहीं डिस्प्लेस होके जा रहा है? नो. सो डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज नॉट हैपनिंग हियर. सो पर्सन हैज नॉट डन एनी वर्क. पर्सन कोई वर्क नहीं कर रहा है. ऑब्जेक्ट को अपने सर पे रख के 1 घंटा आधा घंटा जितने टाइम पे खड़ा रहे, पर्सन हैज नॉट डन एनी वर्क. तो पर्सन ने कोई वर्क नहीं किया. बट यहीं पे यदि पर्सन इस लोड को लेके मूव कर रहा होता, देन 2 टाइप के वर्क डन होते हैं. एक तो वर्क डन बाय द फोर्स अप्लाइड बाय द पर्सन. यदि पर्सन ने जो फोर्स अप्लाई किया उसके वजह से वर्क डन यदि फाइंड करते हैं, then the force applied by the person and the displacement both will be in the same direction. So in this condition work done will be maximum. But the work done by the gravitational force on the this load will be 0, because object is displacing in this direction and force is acting in downward direction. So here the angle between force and displacement will be 90 degree. So the work done by the gravitational force on the load will be 0. Let's see the next question, question number 14. And question number 14 is, an electric heater is rated 1500 watt. How much energy does it use in 10 hours? कोई एक इलेक्ट्रिक हीटर है जिसकी रेटिंग दी गई है कि वो 1500 वाट का है. हाउ मच एनर्जी डज इट यूज इन 10 आवर. 10 आवर में वो टोटल कितनी एनर्जी को कंज्यूम करेगा. So we can write the power is 1500 watt. The total time is 10 hours. So you can write 10 into 60 for converting this hour into second. So this will be this much second. Used energy can be calculated by the E equal P into T. So power is this and the time is this much second. So after multiplication you will get this value 5.4 into 10 to the power 7 joule. This is the amount of energy consumed by the heater when it works for 10 hours. Another form in the term of unit, you can also express this, because the because the power of the heater is 1500 watt and it is used 1500 watt and it is used for time 10 hours. So you can find this, the total energy consumption will be, work done will be 1500 into 10. So this will be watt, 1500 watt, this much kilowatt hour. So it will be 15 units. Let's see the next question. And next question is question number 15. Illustrate the law of conservation of energy by discussing the energy changes which occur when we draw a pendulum bob to one side and allow it to oscillate. Why does the bob eventually come to rest? What happened to its energy eventually? Is it violation of the law of the conservation of energy? I have already discussed this situation, the conservation of mechanical energy in the pendulum, and I will give you the link of this solution in the I button. You can get the answer from there, and here I am briefly try to discuss the question. This is the pendulum. When it is at the rest condition, let's see here, the bob is just above the ground, and when you shift the bob at any height h and then it is start to oscillate. यहाँ से जब आप इसको ड्रॉप करेंगे तो ये ऑसिलेट करना शुरू कर देगा. When it come to its original position, let's say this is the A, B and C situation. When it come from B to A, at the point B, only potential energy is stored in the bob. यहाँ पे सिर्फ इसमें potential energy है because there is no motion in the bob. But when you release the bob from this point B, then it start to move, and before reaching at the point A, it will have the maximum velocity. That's why at that point it will have the maximum kinetic energy. Means all the potential energy that will be at the point B will convert in the kinetic energy, and at this point A, its potential energy will be 0 and kinetic energy will be maximum, and this will, and when it again reach at the point C, then its kinetic energy will get decreases and the potential energy will get increases, and at point C it will have the potential energy only, because at this condition for a very short interval of time it will get stopped. At this condition only it will have the potential energy. तो इस तरीके से, and one more question is why it eventually get stopped, रुक क्यों जाता है? With the resistance of the air, with the friction of the air, opposing force is acting on the bob, that's why it get stopped. So here we have completed the question number 11 to question number 15. We will meet in the next video, that will be from the question number 16 to question number 20. Till then, keep watching, keep learning, and don't forget to support me with the help of subscribe my channel. Namaste everyone.